Big bank, take little bank. Bank. Big bank, take little bank. Bank.
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm Darth Vader. Promise I don't give a about them. Let them out to anywhere till them don't even matter. Got like in the can't go enter. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember how to Atlanta. I can give a about a dog. Used to getting things from a text. So I count setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say do. Tell break bread, a fake dead, a bit to hate that. 50 million, you die to make that middle. You vote for Trump, you see me outside, well, you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk, ain't funny, no hee-haw. Like the Black Panther week to the teeth, try me weak. What I got, I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown getting down with a homie and a half a. Let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I would challenge with a in the hand. What you see before you, what they told you from nothing, man. Grand hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the in crowd. Got a problem with me, I said, yeah, I got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Mexico City Conquistadors. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go, come on.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep down. He's got a man complete. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. Touchdown! Nelson Aguilar, 77 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Cat and zero out now as he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nothing but daylight ahead.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 33 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do. An outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge and get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a second down throw for Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Go.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Zoom.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mariota now on second down. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the gun, Mariota. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
2nd down, Mariota. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest. Let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And this is caught at the 8. A good pickup there of 22.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Zoom.
And again, it's Rodgers. Going up top. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. Out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to the booth right after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Big chunks of yardage the last few plays, and the Ravens have another first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Play action now. Mariota. Open man is Amara Darboh, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Mariota eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kerryon Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Rodgers now on first down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Zoom. Hey, check 26.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw, Mariota. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up into half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. On 2nd down, Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called roast stem right.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Rodgers. Fighting to stay upright. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Rodgers throwing on third and long. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up fourth down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And the Ravens taking the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Mariota. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down. Mariota. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Flush to his right. Shrugs him off. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dontari Poe coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 16. Mariota to throw it. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Mariota. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. His time is now run out on this third play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 3 up to midfield. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Ravens on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Mariota now from the 50. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Mariota to sneak it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it this time. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Mariota now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Let's go.
Mariota now on second down. Flushed out right, going for it all. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Mariota. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And Mariota still down. Remember, he had the knee issue in college. Hope it's not that. He's slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Let's go, come on. Hey, check 26. Jump out.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. There's Robinson showing the flash. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They come up on a first and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They come up on a first and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there and now second down. Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman.
319, 158.
They get it to him running left. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
26.
They'll come out in the pistol.
26.
He'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's the backup Winston. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Ready. Blue 80. Green, triple C. Hey, I want to get.
And the blitz does come. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Coney Ely in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there. 68 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now a stoppage here. We'll get another timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. A lot of bulk out there, as you might expect, on that D-line to try to stop the run on 2nd down.
Ready.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Ready. White 25.
Again, it's Johnson. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sailing right now. Could you? I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. I'm on the road, I'm getting paid like what you want, baby. You a bougie, baby, but I love you, baby, give you the world, baby. Pay $5 for a handbag like Saint Laurent, baby. We love that money, baby. 100,000 plus 100,000 my way. 30,000 plus 30,000 my wrist. We got those bad, that's I swear, baby, it was just kissing us. How could I forget that you done for me? Baby, gonna take the charge and take the fall from me. Would love to take you shopping, but I'm in your tones. Sorry, little mama, I can give you more. Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sailing right now. Could you? I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
Gotta hit him on the jack. When you coming back, where's you at on the map? Everything is intact. Could've been a seamstress, still wouldn't cut him slack. Pretty much ain't got a clue. Itty bitty piggyback off everything I do. But I'm still dropping. Got him looking like James Harden at the awards. Back to you, I'm so into you. For real, bread, like I'm kin to you. If you a 10, I add 10 to you. They be mad when I 10 to you. That's what the bay like. Call me Buffy, cause that's what I slay like. These, I sun them like it's daylight. These wanna know what it's like. What it like, yo, what it like, yo. They wanna know what it's like, yo. All this ice is like snow. Get kimonos and let's fly to Tokyo. Pretty, pretty, please, baby, won't you have this for me?
I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sailing right now. I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
ride for me, yeah.
Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption like. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah.
Yeah,
Get out the way, get out my way, yeah.
yeah.
You either with me or against me though. You either with me or
Wait,
win. Win, 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 win.
yeah.
Curve everything else. Win, 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 win.
Win.
These ops ain't. Win, 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 win. Start chasing that. Win, 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 win.
Yeah.
Big J Rock go. On 10, 10, 10, 10. Exit at 4. Bring friends. Matt Black 2 dough. Jump in. You might wanna keep score. I win. Forearm tattoos. That's squad. All of them go. Don't try. I walk in room. They eyes wide. Third album come soon. I'm glad y'all gon' die. I ain't chasing after no. I got bigger plans for staying rich. I been tapped in since I was 6. I tap dance all on them. And your diamonds like tap water. That drip way too foggy. These BBS is way awesome. Park CLS for drop to your death without warning. Get out the way, yeah.
Yeah,
Get out the way, out my way, yeah.
yeah.
You either with me or against me though. You either with me or
Wait,
win.
yeah.
Curve everything else. Win. These ops ain't. Win. Start chasing that. Win.
Yeah.
You clowns really don't stay outside when I play outside. I put the beats on them like Dre side. I got the bow side and LA outside. And if you act bad, I bring the outside. Go and get your money. None of my know some funny. I can tell real by who you're running with. I'm all in the field. Duck hunt. Hit my just the. And he was like, boop. Here. Knew just what it was. The whole and gave it back, boop. Yeah. 9/11, no malice, baby. But no violence, baby. My got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the wind with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been crashed 2 times. I limo tinted my new ride. I'm riding with the 12 better not pull me over. Championship going dumb. Nothing to something I won. Get out the way, yeah.
Yeah,
Get out the way, out my way, yeah.
yeah.
You either with me or against me though. You either with me or win.
Yeah.
Curve everything else. Win. These ops ain't. Win. Start chasing that. Win.
Yeah. Victory, gold on my neck, Mr. T. Victory, zombie gang rapping that NYC. Victory, ice on my neck like a little weak. We run like a paraclete.